Go ask which is better, Daytona or Magic. I personally think Daytona. But again, I think that Nas is Nas. Magic is a magic moment. And the fact that he made Magic in the same year that he made KD too as well is just an incredible feat. But when we talk about from beginning to end, what Pusha and Kanye locked in and did on Daytona, and then ending it with something like Infrared, Infrared makes you want to just go back and like, yo, I gotta listen to this whole album again.
No, the visual aid that Nas provides at the end of Magic, though,
Yeah.
and pure magic, no tricks, no trick. There's something pretty epic about the ending. Like he gives you a little visual aid at the end and stuff. I don't think it's fair, and I'm saying this because I think so highly about Daytona, and we've had 3 years to breathe on Daytona and feel a way about it. We've had about 4 months of Magic. And so I find the albums to be comparable. Let's see how it holds.
I was stuck on Daytona from first
Well,
listen.
that's what I'm
So,
saying. I mean, Mike, I'm still playing Magic, and I mean,
yeah, me
I played
too.
Magic. I played Magic as much as I played a Nas album. I mean, I can't remember the last time that I played a Nas album. This much CDs were the thing.
No, I agree with you. I think Magic and KD2 are super dope. And, we gave Magic Album of the Year. I mean, the people basically, went on it and made sure that we did that. But Daytona, man, we talk about, I mean, the way it opens up, man. If you know,
You
you
know what it is,
know.
Mike? I think
Games
in
we
some
played, hard piano,
no, that's
comeback
Mike.
baby.
No, Mike, those first three songs, that's as good as a start to a rap album that you'll find in modern day times. It really, really is. As far as like starting off an album,
Yeah.
like that might be the best start off to a rap album. Like just if you're talking about like I told people, it's like when we're doing the lyrics thing, you're like, well, what are we basing lyrics off? It's like, oh, those first three tracks all follow the leader, you know? It's like, no, that's one of those moments in terms of starting the album in the last 10 years. It's one of the better starts that you'll find, arguably the best. Um,
Ran off on the plug too, like True Goy.
but
Come on, man.
what I
When you
but I
start an album off like that,
but what I will tell you, Mike, is that Magic doesn't have a comeback baby on there.
you don't think
That,
so? No, I'm not gonna shit on Comeback Baby like
I
that.
mean, I mean, if
I
I mean,
like.
Mike,
I think Comeback Baby's better than Woo for the Children.
so that's where we're going to have to get into the quality of the MC because although neither song is stellar, it's like who's the better MC
But I do like the placement of
on the
Comeback
record.
Baby. I think that Comeback Baby comes right in the middle of all of that. And you
No,
know
no,
what I'm
no.
saying? Just the sequencing of that album and how that was put together. Where you got Comeback Baby that's kind of like a break and then it goes into Santeria like seamlessly. And then What
No,
Would Meek Do? And then Infrared and it's like, whew.
no, I get it. I get it, Mike. You know how I feel about Push. You know how I feel about Daytona. I mean, we're talking about, I mean, in my opinion, two of the best five albums of the last 7, 8 years,
Yeah.
in my opinion. And so, super high praise. Like, these are, like, you know how I feel about Alfredo. I
Yeah.
think both of these albums are better than Alfredo. You know what I'm saying? And so,
Whew. Yeah. I mean, Alfredo's great too. Someone in the chat shouting out Love the Genius. Yes, she's dropping on Friday as well. And we're going to talk about her album as well. That's the homie.
yeah, we support the movement. I want her, I mean, we reviewed Lotto's album, and it's like I want the same energy like for Love's project for like what she does.
Oh,
You know what I
definitely.
mean?
Oh, yeah. We're going to talk about that Friday too.
She's a dope MC, Mike. She's dope. I
She's
still play
super
Bailey
dope.
Ave.
She's a dope
Yeah,
artist all around. Like, she can do a lot of things.
that's what I mean. I still play Bailey Ave. That's the record that I play the most, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah. But as far as like what we're talking about with Comeback Baby, right? Listen, I think Comeback Baby is the weakest record on Daytona, but it's not a weak record at all. Like, I think
No,
Comeback Baby is almost Diet Coke level damn near. I mean, I think Diet Coke's a better song, but it's not super far off.
not super far off. Like Diet Coke is a superior song, beat wise, structure wise, even rhyme wise. Mike, it's better.
All right, well,
Yeah.
let's get to this track list real quick, and we're going to talk about some things that we like and dislike about it. Shout out to Jason with the super chat. He said, Mike and Coop, completely agree. I'm still bumping Magic, looking everywhere for the vinyl. I'm sure the vinyl's coming. And I'm going to make sure I get that vinyl too, because I got that Daytona vinyl right here. Let me go to
Hey,
Pusha's track list. Go ahead.
yeah, I just had just one, like, I had an epiphany right quick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with the ugly video, Mike, look at when it's dropping. Like, that's like, this is what I mean about having somebody young and fresh. First of all, I want people to understand this. Nas hasn't run around with anybody like this since he was running around with AZ.
You talking
Think
about
about
Hit-Boy?
Hit-Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you know how the first verse, it's got just the image of Nas, and then the second verse starts, and it's like, nope, Hit-Boy's right there. And what I'm telling you is that where Nas is really, really winning. I know the quality of music is there, Mike, but he's got somebody young and fresh that's hip to what's going on now, that's keeping his pulse on things too.
Yeah.
So he's like, no, we can drop this project in December, Mike, but you're hearing the video where he's saying 83 on the way. That's just to feed the buzz. When are you hearing it? You're hearing it on the 28th anniversary of Illmatic.
Yeah.
That's how you move in this game today.
Yeah, definitely. No, and I love it. And I think that these visuals that they're doing for Magic at this point is to get you ready for KD3.
That's what I'm saying. They're out here playing chess.
Yeah. I mean, because, you know, even with that line, what he said on Ugly, that was on Magic, we were listening to that in December like, oh shit, KD3 is on the way. This is for the buzz. But where the real buzz is coming is these videos from that album periodically coming out. Next thing you know, they're going to have a release date for KD3 when they're probably doing a video for The Truth or something. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Chess, 3 steps ahead, Mike. They're 3 steps ahead. It's like, no. We feeding what we about to do next year at the end of the year while everybody's unwrapping gifts.
Yeah. We got Kaylee007 says, this may be a special year in hip-hop with who else may come outside with albums? Cole, Jay-Z, J. Cole. I'm going to say it like that because it sounds confusing when you say J and Cole. Can drop any moment. Then KD3, they coming for the throne Nas got. Well, in Jay-Z's situation, he's going to need to come with 2 efforts. I'm sorry.
Maybe 3 after KD3, Mike. I think he's going to need 3, Mike. The releases have gotten successively better. KD1 is not as good as KD2. KD2 is not as good as Magic. If that continues, Mike, I mean, Mike, the only thing left for Hit-Boy and Nas to do, Mike, and I mean, this is gonna seem crazy. The only thing really left for them to do after 3 albums is to make like a top 20 rap album all time, Mike. Because it's like they're pretty much.
Well, I honestly see
they just dropped as many dope albums, in my opinion, as Gangstar dropped. Like their career. They have as many dope albums as
so
Gangstar
you're jumping out the window now. We're jumping out the window, guys.
Gangstar has 3 great albums, Mike.
You think they got 3 great albums?
They got 3 great albums.
I say
Mike.
2. I need to go back and listen to KD1, but I wasn't grabbed by KD1 as much as I was by KD2 and Magic. Personally.
Okay, how about this, Mike? Well, they equal Gangstar, because if you feel like Gangstar's only made 2 great albums, I'm assuming you're talking Moment of Truth and Hard to Earn, correct?
Well, those are my 2 favorites.
Right. And Step Into the Arena.
We just don't want to be prisoner of the moment. I mean, Step Into the Arena is dope.
I mean, Mike, KD1, KD2, and Magic is no, Mike. That's comparable praise. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They just did what Gangstar did in about 2 years. I'm not saying that disrespectfully. I'm saying that like look at what's really going on.
You know, the production work. I mean, obviously, Hit-Boy has to get his credit because, you know, it's not many people who've been able to get Nas on this page on a consistent basis, and even some of the greats haven't been able to do that. But I gotta really applaud the pen work that Nas is putting in by putting together these efforts at this rate and at this quality. It's very dope.
Now, here's what I will say. Gangstar has probably made more classic hip-hop songs in those 3 albums.
That goes without question.
Right. And so I'm not saying like it's not a conversation, but I'm saying like, dude, they operating on a level that they can do. Like I'm saying Gangstar's like I love Gangstar. I'm like, you know how I feel about Primo. I love Guru too. It's like, no, their output is like that. It's like they're doing Step and Serena, Hard to Earn, and Moment of Truth in like 20 months.
Shout out to the smokers out there too. It is 420. I don't want to. I'll be remiss if I didn't say that.
Can we talk about Snoop for a second? Because I had a sidebar thought.
Let's talk about Snoop in 1 second, but I wanted to get to this track list real quick. Well, hold that thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remind me of
Okay, so Pusha T's Almost Dry track list. We got Brambleton as the intro. Let the Smokers Shine the Coops. That's the second song. And you got Dreaming of the Past featuring Ye. Neck and Wrist featuring Jay-Z and Pharrell. Just So You Remember, Diet Coke. Rock and Roll featuring Kid Cudi and Ye. Gonna be the last song they do together, allegedly. Call My Bluff. Scrape Off the Top featuring Don Toliver and Lil Uzi. Hear Me Clearly. Open Air. I Pray For You featuring Malice and Liberneth.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think about this track list when you saw it?
I wasn't overly impressed. That's it. I just wasn't overly impressed. I was like, oh, okay. Like there was nothing exciting on there. I mean, this is what I mean. Like so much of the excitement has been stolen from it. It's like if Jay-Z was the exciting feature, like you let that cat out the bag weeks ago. That was the exciting feature on there.
You remember when Drake put out Scorpion and he put out his track list, and they made us wait for that Jay-Z feature until the album dropped, as most people do. I don't understand that decision. Shout out to Henry. I'm sorry. Can y'all do a top 20 Scarface songs? We can do that in a show. That'd be fun. I'm sure Coop would love that. But yeah, why do you not hang on to the Jay-Z feature? Because if he released this track list and we hadn't heard Neck and Wrist at that point, we would be like, yo, it's the first one I'm going to on Friday. We wouldn't, but a lot of people would be like, yo, Pharrell and Jay-Z, yo, I can't wait till Friday, right? How do you not hang on to that? That's the ace in the hole. Like, how are you playing the big joker so early in the game?
Right. Like, to be honest with you, like, if you want to keep the buzz appropriate and keep something, like, hidden, you drop the Cudi Kanye joint.
Right. But again, I feel like that statement that Cudi made was to make that song the big joker now. No, that's not the big joker. You know what I'm saying? It's not.
No, it's not.
We hear Pusha and Kanye all the time, and we hear Cudi and Kanye all the time. So that's not the big joker. The big joker would have been Jay-Z and Pharrell and Pusha.
Even if we did hear them, Mike, even if we didn't hear them together like that, like Jay would still supersede that.
Of course.
Supersedes that. Period.
Of course. Shout out to the L Web 100. It says Nas's current work is dope. I just wish that he made more singles like Made You Look or One Mic. Man, Made You Look is a monster. Not a lot of people have made singles like that one.
Right. Made You Look's not getting made again, fam. Like, let that go. Lightning in the bottle. Let that go.
Made You Look is the closer, man. I feel like if Nas ever does a versus, which I don't think he will, because I think versus is kind of done. But if he ever does it, that's the closer.
He took an Apache break loop and said he was slave to a page in my rhyme book on a hook. Okay.
Yeah, man, that beat is vicious. You remember when the video started, man? Like when they had like the subtitles thing?
The Rudyard Kipling quote.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he's like circling around and then the gunshot and it's like, yo.
Well, I mean, it was really like an ode to like how a king behaves like when people come for his crown. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It was like, you know, it was like a mantra to like the etiquette of the king. And then the way the video starts and he's fatigued up and they're going through the boroughs, it's like
the fatigues. Have we ever seen Nas in fatigues like that since It Ain't Hard to Tell?
Like, right, not since early on, Mike. Yeah.
He was ready. That was war ready Nas.
Yeah. With that Joe Bronx rapping behind the Pun mural in the Bronx. Like,
nigga, what? Yeah, I see niggas running. Yo, my mood is real rude. I lay you out, show you what still do.
It was at the Rucker, like that's outside.